All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the SFA. We are here for the final quarterfinal of the first ever 12-team playoff here on the NCAA 14 Sim Engine, and we just came from an instant classic. That Peach Bowl between Georgia Southern and Clemson was absolutely incredible. Let me know if you can hear me before we get started. If you are just joining us, this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran entirely through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can join in. You can claim a team. You can set the depth chart. You can set the scheme. You can set the playbooks. You can participate in recruiting in the server. And then we also have a bunch of server games that you can earn a bunch of rewards as well to help improve your team. The Discord's back up. It was down a little bit earlier, but links are in the description. You also can use the commands in the Twitch chat. And if you are watching live, you might run into an ad or two. Feel free to drop a Twitch Prime or a Twitch sub. It does help the channel, and all of the revenue from this, from the actual live streams, does go to you guys in terms of a national championship trophy and some merch for the winner, including some stickers. And yeah, it's a great time, and you don't get ads. And yeah, let's get to the games. And we first obviously want to shout Home Field. That's where your merch will come from. The best college apparel brand out there. Super comfortable. So many options. Over 180 collections for various schools, not just football. And they focus on really cool vintage designs. So if you like old logos, that kind of stuff, make sure to check it out. Use code SFA if you do decide to pick something up. You can use it once per email. And yeah, this is the final game of an absolutely electric second round. We had Minnesota win the Cotton. We had Oklahoma win the Sugar. They'll meet in the Rose Bowl on Sunday. And then we just came from the Peach Bowl where Georgia Southern, the number 8 seed, the G5 auto bid, trying to follow in Buffalo's footsteps to have another G5 winner. And they're in the Final Four. So who will join them in the Orange Bowl? Will it be Alabama, or will it be Stanford? And before we get started, if you won a bowl game or you made the CFP, you get an off-season strategy. I'm still missing a bunch of them. Please DM me your choice so that you don't miss out on a free reward. That would be dumb. It hurts your team. But we're going to jump in and look at Alabama first. They are the lower seed, but I think they are the consensus favorite in this game, as we watched them absolutely dominate Illinois in that opening round game at home. I believe it's 62-28. And EJ Irons, the SFA player, is the quarterback, but the most important player on this team and the best is Tyrone Cox. Don't worry about injury symbol. He is coming off of a knee sprain, I believe, but he is going to play. And he is absolutely dynamic. If you thought Trey Enders and Josh Johnson were good in the last game, watch out for Tyrone Cox. And then wide receiver, SFA player Anthony, or not SFA player, their best receiver, Anthony Sharp. He didn't really get used all that much against Illinois, but Robbie Brees did, and he caught a Hail Mary off a tip, so we'll see what he can do. They also got Corey Callahan, who gets heavily involved, Pollock and Peoples. You might see them as well here. And their tight end, who also gets a lot of targets, is Mike Howard. The offensive line is absolutely ridiculous. You got SFA player Doc Buckley, and they are just absolutely beefy up there, all 80-plus overalls. And on the defensive end, Clifton Harris had quite a few sacks against Illinois, and Mike McCoy on the other side. And then in the middle, you got Paul Brown and Tony Vaughn. I believe Brown is actually hurt. I don't think he'll play, so I think it is the dual freshmen here, Allen and Vaughn. And then at linebacker, C.J. Washington, Alan Pleasant, and the SFA player, Jimmy Don Willie. He is unbelievable. He's everywhere, so watch out for him. And on the outside, you got Dan Henderson, you got Nick Pace, you got Andrew Smith, and Thomas Parsons. So we'll see what they can do. Super speedy secondary here. And then out in the way back, you got the freshman Brian Jackson, and then Donnie Hicks, another freshman as well. So very young secondary here for Alabama. And their kicker is Sean Hawkins, one of the best freshmen in the country. He's 10 of 12 on the year, and he has really good power and accuracy. So who are they going to go up against? Well, it's the Stanford Cardinal, which was the source of all of the chaos in the CFP race, as they took down Washington in the Pac-12 championship to steal away an at-large bid and really to eliminate Arizona from the playoff. So who are they? Well, they got Ryan Hawkins, the quarterback here. He loves to run the football, and he is quite good. So this is a run-first team as well. And at running back, they got Clinton Peoples. He's a redshirt senior. And you might see Kevin McDonald as well. Really good fullback here. Obviously, you know, it's Stanford. They're going to have a very good power run game. And that wide receiver, you got Kevin Newman. We got Kenny Clark and Shelton Cronin. Might see Eric Parrish here as well. And at tight end, they're very deep here as you got David Barnett, Dan Jenkins, and the SFA player Clyde Starr. We may or may not see him today. On the offensive line, a very good left tackle. They got a very good left guard, decent center, good right guard, and good right tackle. These are probably two of the best offensive lines remaining in this field. And on defense, Jack Powell, Dan Ratliff, and Tyree Skinner and Donnell Everson here. And at linebacker, Ray Givens. You got the SFA player, the #1 recruit, a freshman All-American, Desmond Stryker. He is a very important man there in the middle, and he is going to be primarily in charge of stopping Tyrone Cox from running all over Stanford's defense. Tony Hubbard on the other side, and in the outfield, you got David Wilson, Zach Ward, and Antonio Riley. And honestly, a pretty weak corner spot here. They have two really good ones, and then it kind of goes downhill from there. But playing center field, Adam White, and then the safety, Patrick Greco. And what I'm looking at is you got Jonathan Jenkins here at kicker. He is not great power, okay accuracy, 10 of 14 on the year. But what I'm seeing from Stanford is that while they're not necessarily elite at any positions, they have almost no weaknesses, and those can be some of the scariest teams. Teams that just have a quality starter at every spot can be absolutely lethal. So, Coach MLB, if you are here, let me know so you can choose your jerseys. But if not, let me get this prediction going here. Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're here. Hopefully we get another big one. The last time, nobody wanted to bet on the other game. So let's get some Bobinos rolling. I know Discord's back, so we should have typical viewer count. So who do you think wins this game? Is it going to be Stanford or is it going to be Alabama? I think the favorite is probably going to be Alabama, except the prediction on Instagram, I think, went with Stanford. So welcome in if you are watching, wherever you are watching. Let's see those bets roll in here. And let me get my thumbnail going. And remember, folks, is that we will have the semifinals on Sunday morning before NFL games. And then the national championship will be on Monday night. At normal game time, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll probably make an event for it, even though we don't know the teams. Yeah, people, use your Bobinos. I don't have any, so I can't use them. But there we go. Now we got somebody betting on somebody there. And it's Stanford and Alabama, two of the most storied programs in the history of college football, going at it here. Neither of these teams have really had much playoff success in their history. Alabama is tied for the most appearances. I know Stanford had a few appearances back in the sim matchup days, but never really did much. So one of these teams gets to go to their semifinal, and that's absolutely crazy. We're going to have a team. We have, right now, 5 teams remaining in the playoff. None of them have ever been in a national championship or won one in the NCAA era. The only team with championship experience is Oklahoma. They've been to one, and they won one. All right, so we are going here live. Final quarterfinal coming at you live from Phoenix, Arizona in the Fiesta Bowl. Here we go, folks. Alabama, one of the most explosive teams in the country, going against Stanford, one of the most consistent teams in the country. And this is like a Stanford, like a real life, back when they had guys like Christian McCaffrey, Andrew Luck. Sure, they're not as elite as those guys, but those kind of offenses. The team that is just good at pretty much every position and is a very, very tough team to beat. So who is going to take on Georgia Southern in the Orange Bowl? It's a lot of travel for both of these teams. Stanford really had an easy drive, about 6 hours away here for, actually a little more for Stanford, probably about 10 hours away for Stanford here. A little 10-hour drive, but Alabama coming all the way across the country after a home game last week. Remember Stanford coming off that bye. Number 4 taking on number 5. The last auto buy team and the top at-large team going at it here. There's Desmond Stryker and company. This is going to be a good one, folks. Stanford wearing the reds, Alabama wearing the whites. State Farm Stadium here in the Fiesta Bowl. Hopefully we don't get a lot of sliding here, as this is one of the worst turfs in the country. But always one of the most fun venues to play at. And one of the cooler stadiums I've ever been to personally. All right, Stanford is going to get the ball first. So we're going to see this Stanford team that we don't know that much about. Alabama's going to kick it off first. Remember, they have the highest scoring output so far in the CFP. They put up 62 against Illinois. What can they do here today? It's going to be Ryan Hawkins and Clinton Peoples are the main guys here for Stanford. So are they going to be able to lead them to a semifinal? They're coming out Wildcat here to start the game. Unbelievable way to start it out, as Clinton Peoples does get a 2-yard rush here, first play of the game. Very aggressive way to start out. You have a couple of weeks to develop a game plan. You decide to come out Wildcat. They come out in regular shotgun this time. Here is Ryan Hawkins, the quarterback. They beat Stanford twice to get here. It's going to be a screen pass to Peoples. He has some room, and he's brought down short of the line to gain. It's going to be an early 3rd and 3. Yeah, the way it works in the Fiesta Bowl is a bit odd, the lighting. Yep. That's all right. 3rd and 3. At least this is a dome that's properly lit, as we get a jet sweep that's going to work here. Stanford is going to continue the drive. They're still running. That's Shelton Cronin from the slot. I'd rather have the weird shadows than have it be super dark like the Cotton Bowl, so we'll take it. 1st and 10 here for Stanford. Delayed give to Peoples, and they're going to get about 4 here, so Stanford doing what they like to do. I think I might have dropped a frame or two. Just reload. Should be fine. Just reload it here. As we are right back here, Stanford. Not much has changed. Just reload your stream. I'd have no dropped frames. Just reload. It said it disconnected for a second. Just reload. Just reload. So 3rd and 2 here for Stanford. Running their typical offense here. Very slow and methodical. They want to shorten this game. They wanted a very, very low-scoring defensive battle. Hawkins going to throw it here. He finds his man down the sideline. Big play to Eric Parrish. We are back. Just reload your stream. Can somebody tell me that the stream is fine? Stanford now, they're threatening. Split backs here, Ryan Hawkins. He has time over the middle. He delivers a strike, broken tackle. Stanford's on the run here in the early downs. Yeah, just reload, folks. Stanford doing their thing. Short or long and methodical drive, already up to 2.5 minutes here. Another just run, throw over the middle. There's Kenny Clark, their top target. So Stanford getting the better of Alabama here early on. Already an 8-play drive. Safeties cheating up here. They're crowding the box. Ryan Hawkins, 1st and 10 from the 11. Man in motion. Hawkins. He has all the time in the world. He's going to take off here, and he gets hit hard. The offensive line looking fantastic here for Stanford early, just allowing Ryan Hawkins to sit back there, allow these routes to develop, and take off when he wants to. Second and 7 now here. 5 down linemen here for Alabama. That left side looks juicy. Just run a counter. They're going to run power with the quarterback. He breaks that tackle. Touchdown, Ryan Hawkins. Stanford strikes first for the trees. A quick strike from here from Stanford, and Alabama doesn't know what hit him. So the extra point to push it to 7 here. And it's good. Alabama not putting up much of a fight there on defense. That is the weaker of their 2 units. Remember, this is a team that just loves to just outscore you. So we'll see what they can do here. As we'll see E.J. Irons and Tyrone Cox for the first time today. They probably rival Josh Johnson. Trey Inners is the best duo left in the field. Actually, all of these teams left have fantastic duos in the backfield. But E.J. Irons and Tyrone Cox. Callahan in motion already. Cox to the slot. First play here for Alabama. They bring a blitz. He gets it off. He gets it to his man. That is Robbie Reese for 6. Good play there by E.J. Irons, converting a free blitzer into a positive gain. 2nd and 4 now for Bama. Gonna just give it to Cox, his first play of the game, and he drags the defender for 6 yards. Met in the backfield as soon as he got the handoff, and he still carried him. Tyrone Cox is definitely the most feared player on the field. 1st and 10, Alabama. It's going to be triple option. EJ's going to keep it. He finds some room. Oh, he almost broke that one. 9 for EJ Irons. Second and 1 now for Alabama as they're threatening the 50. They are responding decently well. Still have not. There he goes. There's a throw to Mike Howard. We saw him get heavily involved in that first half against Illinois. Alabama's a team that can score in bunches. 1st and 10 here. Cox getting another handoff, and he's hit hard. That's Hubbard. The 2 big names on this defense, Tony Hubbard, number 54, and Desmond Stryker, number 55. 2 elite linebackers here for this team, and those 2 guys are going to be critical if Stanford wants to win this game. They're stacking the box here. 2nd and 11 is going to be Shovel. EJ keeps it, and he goes down again. That's Tony Hubbard a 2nd time. 3rd and long now for Bama. Third and 13 here for the Crimson Tide on their opening possession. Man in motion. They bring a blitz. He's throwing it, and that's going to be a conversion. Corey Callahan for 15. EJ Irons showing off his elite passing ability. Definitely a better passer than his brother over in the coast. And the drive is alive. They're at the 30. Now they're in this full house kind of set. Triple option. They get it out to the man. And they're rumbling, tumbling. That's Lee Taylor, the fullback. They have so many players, so much depth that can make plays. Another big one there. And they're in the red zone now looking to respond. Alabama. Man in motion. They bring a blitz. It's picked up. EJ dumps that off. There's Howard. He stivvies a man into the turf. Breaks a tackle. 1st down, Alabama. Alabama will not be denied. 1st and goal. Cox in the backfield. They're going to hand it. No, Irons keeps it. He breaks one. He broke the Desmond Stryker tackle, but Patrick Greco brings him down from the safety spot. 2nd and goal now. This is going to be a very, very physical game. Second and goal. Alabama. Hands it off. Tyrone Cox up the gut. He finds the hole. Touchdown, Tyrone Cox. They tie it up. That's his 6th TD here of the CFP already. Welcome in, Florida man. First game was an absolute classic between Clemson and Georgia Southern, but the Eagles got it done against the Tigers late, and the number 8 seed advances to the Orange Bowl to face on the winner of this game. So remember, winner goes to the Orange Bowl to face Georgia Southern, perhaps the hottest team in the country. They've won 5 straight games against Coastal, Southern Miss, East Carolina, and Clemson. Unbelievable. But now, we're already end of the first quarter here, and both teams have only had the ball once. Both touchdowns. Some slow and methodic running drives here. Jamal Jenkins, the second tight end, gets a catch. Ryan Hawkins starting out 5 of 5 today. Threw that right into the face mask. 9 yards. So which defense is going to step up here first? Second and 1 for Stanford. They've actually thrown the ball a lot more than I thought they would. Second and 1, they're going to hand it to Peoples. He tries to get outside. That's not going to work. Great block shedding from McCoy. Hits Peoples in the backfield, and the linebackers help him out. 3rd and 2. So they're actually hurrying it up to the line here. They like something that they just saw. So 3rd and 2 here. Handed up the gut. Peoples gets a first down. The drive is alive. Both of these drives for both teams have just been very slow and methodical. Hawkins keeps it up the middle. He gets a nice 7 yards. These defenses need to cheat up and stop the run. You definitely feel like Alabama's a bit more explosive, but Stanford, they're just so consistent. Who's going to blink first? 2nd and 3. Hawkins, he has time again. He's yamming it deep! And he steps out! Hawkins couldn't keep the rock in bounds. But wait, they're going to review it. I don't know. I don't think he got in. Newman, did he drag a toe? Oh, that is close, but I think it's out of bounds. It's reversed. They give him the catch. Unbelievable. A questionable call there for sure. How did you not just let that stand? So Stanford gets a free call here, and they're going to convert. Now they're inside the 10. Shelton Croman. Cannot believe they gave him that. So now Stanford, after the beneficial call, to say the least, they come out in power formation, 3 tight ends on the field. 1st and goal, they're going to throw it to the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford. Dan Jenkins gets the catch. They take a 7-point lead. And you definitely can see Nick Saban on the sideline absolutely screaming at the ref still about that call. That was a missed call, man. His toe was on the line. That was not in. So here's Alabama now. They got to respond again. Defense unable to get it done twice. Mississippi Scruggs, a 20-plus yard return. And this is a Stanford team. Everybody continues to count out. I don't think anyone gave him a chance in the Pac-12 championship. I don't think anybody's given him a chance here after the bye. Everybody's just been screaming, Alabama, Alabama. So let's see what happens. Alabama did score on their first drive. Tyrone Cox looking as good as ever. Hand off, and once again falling forward for plus yardage after getting hit in the backfield. Bruh, Dogwater, that pass was not nearly as good as that Walter Hearn lob to Ryven Hubbard in the last game. We've seen some great passes. Or the, oh, and he stiffies Desmond Stryker. But Stanford corrals him. It's going to be 3rd and medium. Alabama on the ropes here early. Corralling Tyrone Cox. He's under 4 a carry here early on. Give you a screen pass mid-screen. There's Sharp. He cuts upfield. That's going to be a first down. He's still on his feet. He gets 11. Just a beautifully ran play there. Everything went perfectly. All the blocking worked. EJ Irons himself is 5 for 5. Both of these teams really mimicking each other within even a yard. This is going to be the final play of the first quarter. Just going to hand it off here to Williams. He gets about 8. So as we hit the end of the first quarter, none of the offenses have been stopped quite yet. 14-7 for Stanford here early on. And Alabama's looking to respond. They are across the 50, second and short now. This is only the 4th total drive so far. Going to throw it here. Hits his man. That's an open field. Desmond Stryker brings him down. Cedric Pollock. Inside the 40 now. EJ Irons is perfect. Both quarterbacks perfect early on. No defense to speak of. 1st and 10 here. And hand it off to Tyrone. He breaks a tackle up the guy and he pushes for 9. Second and 1 now. Here comes Alabama inside the 30. Tyrone Cox in the backfield. Delayed give to him, and he gets hit by a defender. He falls forward, but they don't give him the first down. So 3rd and short now. Chance for Stanford to get off the field. The first stop of the day. Can they do it? 3rd and 1. They're just going to hand it off. No, EJ Irons keeps it. He goes to the outside. He stiffies a man, gets the first. He was risking the first down there, but he was itching for the contact. First down, Alabama. Just outside the red zone now. They're hurrying back up to line again. Back into this full house. Fakes it to Callahan. Throws it to the back of the end zone. Just out of bounds right near the Stanford tree. That's the first incompletion of the day for either team. 2nd and 10 now. Back to this full house set. Any of these 3 backs are very good. They're actually going to throw it, though. Dumping that off to his man. That's Sean Williams. Runs over a man. Hurdles him. First down, Alabama. A beautiful run. Bama now inside the 10. Trying to tie this game up. EJ has the time. Floats it and just throws this one away again. Stanford's defense starting to play really well in the secondary. They can still get a first down without scoring. 2 guys in the backfield. It's Howard and Cox. Delayed give to Tyrone Cox. He finds some room. Stiffies a man. Touchdown, Tyrone Cox. His 2nd of the day and his 7th of the CFP. Unbelievable here from Tyrone Cox. 14-14. We've had 4 drives, 4 touchdowns, all very long and methodical drives from both of these programs that are known for it. So who's going to blink first? Both these defenses have really not put up much of an effort. If I had to say, I think Stanford's playing a lot better on defense than Bama is. It's looked way too easy here for Ryan Hawkins. And they've actually made Tyrone Cox and EJ Irons struggle a bit and pull off some hero ball plays to advance the ball. So we'll see who blinks first. Can Alabama step up here on defense? We haven't really said Jimmy Don Willie's name all that much. They're going to come out and split back sets here. They're going to delay give it. And that's going to be a nice gain for Clinton Peoples. 5 yards. So we're already into the second quarter. This game going by in a blast. 2nd and 5 now. Trips to the left. One guy at the bottom of the screen. Kenny Clark. Man in motion. To the backfield, actually. They're going to fake it and deliver a dart. He has a man. That's Newman down the sideline. And he's finally brought down. A big play for Stanford again in the pass game. They got the deep throw to Newman on the last drive. They get it again. These Stanford Yams have been aplenty here early on. These young Bama defenders not really playing all that well. Just outside the 20 now. Ryan Hawkins having himself a day so far. outplaying EJ Irons to this point. And he's going to keep it here. He has some room. There goes Hawkins. He breaks a couple inside the 5. And Stanford is coming from one of those divisions, one of the hardest divisions to win in the country, that Pac-12 South. And they've done it. So they are battle-tested. They are ready for this game. First and goal. Split back sets. Can Stanford take the lead again? Quick option. Hawkins to the outside. He goes down. Nice play there from Alabama. David Norman. Good contain there. Jimmy Don Willie was going to clean him up. Second and goal from the 6. Neither team's been stopped yet. Peoples, that left side looks wide open. Second and goal. Hawkins going to throw it to the end zone. Clyde Starr, the SFA player, brings it in. Touchdown, Stanford. The second touchdown from a tight end today. The SFA player, baby. The third tight end on the depth chart gets in the game, and he makes a beautiful play. That's an IGR from last year. And this Alabama defense is getting sliced and diced. That was just way too easy. A couple of yams, couple of runs, touchdown. And these Alabama drives have not been easy. They've been very long, very methodical. So if I'm an Alabama fan, I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Like, I know I have the best offense in the country, but dang. I'm going to say Ryan Hawkins, though, that he should have one miss. That deep ball to Newman on the first, or on the second drive was out of bounds. But 1st and 10 here. Alabama coming back on the field about the 40-yard line. For the third straight time, looking to respond to a touchdown. EJ, he has some time. He takes off, and he gets sacked. Negative play there for Stanford. Dan Ratliff on the tackle. Neither offense has been stopped yet or kept out of the end zone. And can Stanford be the first? There is no green between the foot. Stop it. Stop it. 2nd and 13. Tyrone Cox in the backfield. Anthony Sharp, top of your screen. Robbie Reese at the bottom. Howard in motion. You're going to give it to Tyrone Cox. He finds the hole. He pushes forward. Gets about 6 back. Gets half of it back. Bro, I was watching it. There's no green. 3rd and 6. EJ Irons, he has some time. Floats that down the middle. He hits his man. It's dropped. Unbelievable. They had to dive, and the drive is over. It looked like it was going to hit him in stride and go for a score. Instead, he had to dive for it. I don't think he necessarily had to. And Stanford gets the first stop of the day. So Stanford taking over. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. A chance to really put some pressure on Bama, who does get the ball after half. Stanford's going to take off. This is Ryan Hawkins. He gets some room, and he gets about 5. Ryan Hawkins having himself a fantastic start. 100% completion percentage, doing all the work on the ground. And Alabama doesn't have any answers so far. Second and 5 here for Stanford. Hand off to Peoples. He gets a massive hole. That's another first down for Stanford. The tree is loving it. Look at those lips. Stanford continues to drive it. Got to watch out for Newman, bottom of your screen. They bring a blitz. He hits him over the middle. A big play to Kenny Clark now. Stanford continues to move the rock in big chunks. Alabama has had no answers for any of it. Hand off Clinton Peoples. He gets more room. He punches through, and they give him a favorable spot. Stanford getting every call under the sun here early on. The West Coast bias has bled into Phoenix over here, as now Ryan Hawkins Forward to the left side. Can they capitalize again on another ref ball move? He's yamming it. Another open man. That's Newman again. Unbelievable. Stanford is just absolutely tearing this Alabama defense apart. So they get the review call when it was an obvious incompletion or a questionable incompletion, and then they get a very favorable spot there. First down inside the red zone. Clinton Peoples pushes for another first down. Stanford is reeling here. This offense firing on all cylinders, folks. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, looking to make it 4. Man in motion, they're going to give him the jet sweep, and he gets hit. There's Jimmy Don Willie making a play. Second and 9 now. Ryan Hawkins coming out empty. Watch the QB draw. He floats at another wide open man. He turns the corner. Jamal Jenkins getting in there. All 3 tight ends have gotten involved so far. First and goal from the 2-yard line. Stanford trying to take a 2-score lead here. Hand it off to people. No, it's going to be Hawkins. He keeps it. Touchdown, Stanford. They're up 14 on Alabama. And this is why, folks, you honor the conference championship. Stanford, at first glance, you would never pick them over Alabama. But they're dominating here in the first half. This is a team that put up 62 on Illinois. So Alabama now, man, they're on their back foot. And, I mean, honestly, you got to give Alabama credit. They've only had 3 drives and they have 2 touchdowns. So it's not like their offense has been stagnant. It's just Stanford has been perfect. But plenty of time for Alabama. Under 3 minutes. They get the ball after half. This game is far from over. This team can score a million in a second. So E.J. Irons rolling out right. Floating it back the other way. That was dangerous. Zach Ward. So second down now, Alabama, and you got to feel like they haven't been utilizing Tyrone Cox as much as they want to. They gave him about 40 carries against Illinois, and they haven't been doing that here today as Howard gets about 5. Third and 5 here. This is a massive swing. You do not want to give Stanford the ball back again. E.J. Irons, can he work some magic here? To the slot goes Howard. They're going to throw it again. And they hit sharp there on the right-hand side, 11 yards. Boom! Dogwater, thank you for the sub. Giving it to 101 Sportsnet. Welcome in, sir. Don't think we've seen you talk in the channel before. Dogwater's the GOAT as we get a shovel pass here to Sean Williams. Second and 10 now for Stanford, or for Alabama here, just across the 50. E.J. Irons flips it out. There's Tyrone Cox. He's in the open field. That's where he's the most dangerous. The fumble! Stanford has the ball, but was he down? Oh, that is such a bad call. If this stands, it's the worst ref ball we've ever seen. There's no way this should stand. He's so down. They didn't even recover it inbounds. Please don't do this to him. He's so down. Thank you. Finally, the refs get something right. Alabama keeps the ball, an unbelievable play. And Sean Williams getting a carry to the left-hand side, and he only gets about 1. And now the clock is starting to tick. You do have 3 timeouts left, and they're going to use one here. They want to talk about it. 2nd and 9. Welcome in, MLB. 2nd and 9 here for Stanford on defense. Trying to get another stop. They flip it out. Tyrone again in the open field. He breaks 2. Cuts inside. Tyrone Cox to the 5. One of the most electric players in the country, putting his team on his back. 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. They're going to hand it off. Sean Williams, touchdown, Alabama. They're back within 7. Boom. Alabama is an electric team. This is going to be a long game, folks. But Mills is right. Alabama has yet to get a stop on defense. Stanford's had 4 drives, 4 touchdowns here in the first half. Now, Alabama does get the ball after halftime, so if they can just hold for about 50 seconds here, they'll be in good shape. As Gary Barr, got to watch out for him returning the rock. He is the Jet winner. So 1st and 10 here for Stanford. Can they add some points before halftime and really put more pressure on Bama? 52 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Hawkins has had all the time in the backfield today. He's running to the corner. No one's attacking him, and that's going to be a 1st down. No, they actually call him short. What a bad call. So Alabama's starting to get calls their way now. Is 2nd and inches, a lot of time coming off the clock. They have to race back. Hawkins takes off again. He's still on his feet, and he finally goes down. Clock still running. They're still getting back up. They're not using that 2nd timeout. They're holding on to it. All the receivers have to race back to the line. Newman's the last to get there. 16 seconds left in the half. Over the middle. It's another 1st down. They're in yam range. 14 of 14 today for Ryan Hawkins. 12 seconds left. A couple of chances at a yam here. It's going to be a screen pass, though. They get it off. There's Peoples. He has some room. A lot of time, and they're pushing him. And he goes down. So last play of the half. They're 50 yards away. We're going to see a Stanford yam to end the half of the Fiesta Bowl. Hawkins, how far can he throw it? He yams it deep. 1-on-1, Newman gets it, and they hit him hard. And a wild half of football here. Alabama survives, and Hawkins actually keeps that 100% completion percentage. Unbelievable. Holy smokes, folks. What an insane half of football that was. This left side of the quarterfinals today has been absolutely electric. Glad you guys are watching it. As always, at halftime, I want to shout out our friends over at Home Field. Make sure to check them out. The best college apparel out there. You can use code SFA for 15% off. You can use that code once per email. And remember, winner of the national championship, if you are a user, will get a care package, including some Home Field gear. So at halftime here, it's been all Stanford. And those passing yards, man, that has been the difference today. Ryan Hawkins has been incredible. We didn't think Stanford would be throwing the rock as much as they are. I thought they were much more of a running team with Peoples and Hawkins, but they have dominated the air. You know, on the other hand, Alabama, I mean, they're held to 120 rushing yards in the half. That's impressive. And they've dominated time possession. I mean, their drives have not come easy. They've been long and very difficult. So we'll see. Can Alabama find a way? They're going to get the ball here first. 18 minutes left in the quarterfinals. After this, there's only 3 games left in Season 13. Who is going to win it all? One of these teams make it all the way. Alabama has a lot of work to do in the second half. First and 10 here. E.J. Irons and company back. Tyrone Cox was doing his thing on the last drive. Can he start doing it again? And then down he goes. E.J. Irons in the backfield. Tony Hubbard, his 4th TFL of the game. He has lived in the backfield today. 2nd and 12 now here. E.J. Irons. Tyrone Cox up the middle. He stiffies a man, but he goes down. 3rd and long incoming for Alabama. You cannot get stopped here this early in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 9, split back set. Sean Williams actually had a great day today. They're blitzing. He floats it down the middle, and it's tipped away by Patrick Greco. So a 3 and out from Alabama to open up the 2nd half. Not how they wanted this one to go, as Stanford will come right back out onto the field. And really, the clock was their only enemy in the 1st half. Everything worked. They haven't had an incompletion. They've been running it all over Bama all day. Can Alabama finally get a stop here? They even let up the Hail Mary. It's just they tackled him. So Ryan Hawkins here, cheating up to the line. Man in motion. That's going to be Newman getting a carry. He finds some room on that left-hand side. He gets about 7. Second and 3 here for the Stanford Trees. Split back set. Alabama crowned the line, trying to stop the run here as they go up the middle, and they're going to get the 1st down. That's Sean Thompson, his 1st carry of the day out of the 2nd back. Stanford, so far in this half, given some unorthodox run plays. 1st and 10 now. Hawkins going to throw. No, delayed give here, and they're going to actually take him down, but Clint Peoples carries him to 4. Decent yard rush. Clint Peoples has been effective today, up over 5 a carry. Alabama desperate for a stop. They're out empty now. Hawkins all alone. He has the time. Hawkins takes off, and the ball's on the ground. Stanford recovers, but it's going to be 3rd down. They've had a couple big fumbles here. That's the first one that was a real one. But no Bama defender in the area to scoop that one up. Stanford gets lucky there. They are 100% on 4th down today. 3rd and 6, though. It's Alabama's best chance of the day to get off the field. They make a play. Tight end is in motion. That's Jenkins. They're going to bring a blitz. It doesn't hit home. He floats that in a wide open. Kenny Clark moves the chains yet again. Perfect pocket seems like every single time. Hawkins just sitting back there waiting for his receivers to find some open room. Easy pitch and catch all day long. And now we get a penalty. So Stanford is moving backwards. As this is a huge moment. Stanford's trying to push it back to 2 scores. Alabama's got to get a stop. That is definitely going to help them out. 1st and 15 now for the Cardinal. Hand it off to Peoples, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield. He loses 2. 2nd and 17 incoming. C.J. Washington getting in on the stop. Those outside runs when the linebackers don't get blocked are brutal sometimes. 2nd and 17, already 3 minutes gone in this 2nd half. Stanford. That's Clyde Starr in motion, the SFA player. He's on the field. They're going to run quarterback power to the right side, and Ryan Hawkins had a chance, but Jimmy Don Willie, the SFA player, makes the tackle. He was being talked about for the SFA Player of the Year. He ended up getting about 4th or 5th in the voting. 3rd and 16 now. Hawkins over the middle, and it's caught, but it's 4th down. So decision time for Stanford. 4th and 7. A massive call here to go for it. Can Bama get a stop? They dump it off. Can they get tackled? No! Broken tackle! 1st down, Stanford! Donnie Hicks, the freshman safety, misses Cronin. Unbelievable missed opportunity. So 1st and 10 now for Stanford. They're still reeling, dumping it off. Don Willie makes a tackle, but this Alabama defense has to be just confident, shattered after that one. Unbelievable. Ryan Hawkins now, he has been playing at a masterclass level. This is something you'd expect from Walter Hearn, the Heisman Trophy winner. Handoff. Peoples up the gut. He has a lane, and he gets about 10. First and goal here for the Cardinal. This is Sandy. We lower QB accuracy. This doesn't happen on our sliders. Ryan Hawkins. He's going to take off again. He's sacked this time. Big 6-yard loss. That's Clifton Harris finally getting involved. He had 3 sacks in the first game against Illinois. And now he gets the spin move sack here today. Yeah, man, this Stanford quarterback, man. Ryan Hawkins, watch out. He reminds me of Eli Stowers, dude. He just plays some ball. Second and goal from the 16. What does Hawkins have in his bag? Delayed give. They're going to throw it here. Hawkins all the time in the world. Just no rush at all. He's going to take off. Willie, he can't bring him down. There goes Hawkins inside the 5. Another misplay from the Bama defense. Third and goal here for Stanford. And another false start. That's the second penalty on this drive for Stanford. I think they're just self-imposing these penalties to just make it quote-unquote harder so that they can stomp on this defense more. Third and goal, though. Stanford, empty set. Hawkins, can he deliver some magic? Dumps that one off, and they finally get a stop here. Taking about half of the third quarter here for the field goal. And the kick is up, and it's going to be good. Stanford has a 3-point lead, or a 10-point lead. So a 10-point lead here from Stanford. You can't say it's the game, obviously. I mean, we have 12 minutes to go against one of the best offenses in the country for Alabama, but they just haven't been on the field. They went 3 and out to start the half, and then you had a 6-minute drive from Stanford. Tyrone Cox, what is he going to do? He's not going to go down without a fight. He gets 11 here. Tyrone Cox held to 6 yards of carry. That is a win if you're the Stanford defense. Plenty of time, though. Safety cheating up. That's Greco. He's had one hell of a game today. EJ's going to keep it here. He has room on the left side. There goes EJ Irons. EJ down the sideline. He gets 25. Here come the Crisman Tide. They're inside the 40. A very nice response here from Alabama in opposing territory in 2 plays. Cox up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks another, gets about 6. Yeah, he's definitely slower than CJ Irons. I don't know about in terms of like break. I think break tackle though is a bit better for EJ. He's gonna keep it here. Oh, he gets a block in. Greco brings him down. Another big play for EJ Irons. Irons is also just so much bigger than I think CJ. I think he's taller. I think he's 6'4", I believe. So he just looks like he runs slower. We're inside the 20 now for Alabama. Quick response mounting. EJ keeps it again, and he gets about 4. Second and 6 now inside the 15. Alabama is driving. Can they punch it home? Get this back within 3. Howard and Callahan in motion. We have yet to see Callahan really today. They pick up the blitz. Floating it to the end zone. 2-on-1. Touchdown, Anthony Sharp. EJ Iron puts that on a rope. And Alabama's within 3. Unbelievable throw in double coverage. What a beautiful toss. And here comes the booth review. Let this stand. That is good on Sundays, fellas. Come on now.
After review of the play, the
And it stands. Alabama gets the score. There you go. Extra juiced irons. That was a hell of a throw. Yeah, it's crazy how the Cannon event, like just a Buffalo random MAC loss to DJ Irons to Akron, is triggering like potentially an Alabama national championship because of EJ Irons. But Hawkins has had himself a day. But all of a sudden, like we said, Alabama, you're not going to stop them for long. They are going to score, and they're going to score quickly and in bunches. So Stanford, yes, they played pretty much perfectly up to this point. You look at the scoreboard, and you're up 3. That's got to be like a what? You know, for Ryan Hawkins. He's having a perfect day. Not even incompletion. He's only up 3 here late in the third. Here comes Stanford. They're coming back. He's going to run this one, and he finds some room. He's still going up. Ball's on the ground, and it rolls out of bounds. Hawkins gets lucky. And we got to watch out. That's his second fumble of the half. So you don't want Ryan Hawkins to catch a case of the Butterfingers as they hand it off to Clinton Peoples here. First and 10 for Stanford. We got about 10 minutes left here in the quarterfinals. Who's punching that last ticket to the Final Four? Winner of this game has a date with Georgia Southern in the Orange Bowl on Sunday morning. 22 of 22, an unbelievable stat line for our current slider set. 2nd and 2 now. Hawkins, plenty of time, another completion, just wide open man. Eric Parrish yet again. Once again, this Alabama defense, man, they are not playing well at all today. Unbelievable. This is video game numbers out here, for crying out loud. Hawkins takes off and he's sacked. No, he breaks it. He breaks another one and he's still sacked, but it was an electric sack to say the least. So a 2nd and long here now. Hawkins just hero balling it out. As third quarter starting to come to the end. Only a couple more plays here. Donnie Hicks coming down into the box. Newman in motion. Are they going to give it to him? Yes, they are. It's a jet sweep. That goes nowhere. Jimmy Don Willie in on the tackle. That's his first tackle for loss today. Surprising. So 3rd and long now for Stanford. But that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Stanford has a 3-point lead. Unbelievable game so far. Another close one today here in the quarterfinals. Stanford up 3, 31-28. Still can't believe that throw from EJ Irons to pull back within 3. This has been an absolute stellar game. Might just come down to who has the ball last. Third and 15 now here. Can Hawkins get some more magic going? Only 3-man rush. Dumps that off, and that's not going to do anything for you. Eric Parrish only gets 1. Now you're going to have to punt the ball. This is going to be the first punt of the day for Stanford. And the first drive without points for the Cardinal. Alabama's getting the ball back with the lead, with the down 3. They've not had a lead yet today. There's been plenty of ties. Mississippi Scruggs stays on his feet. Alabama's not led this entire game. Handoff Tyrone Cox. This is where he's at his best. And you can just hand him the rock and end the game. Alabama's capable of taking all the time off this clock and scoring. Or they could score on one play. We'll see what they choose to do here. EJ and Tyrone Cox in the backfield. Hand off to Cox up the gut. He breaks one, and Desmond Stryker brings him down. 3rd and 1. Still under 100 yards for Cox. That's unbelievable. A massive 3rd down here in the 4th quarter. Down by 3. Alabama. EJ, he's going to give it. And Cox is brought down in the backfield. A 3 and out. Unbelievable play from Jack Powell. And you do not see Tyrone Cox stopped for negative yardage on 2 plays in a row. An unbelievable stop there from Stanford. They're going to get the ball right back. So both offenses sputtering here. As I don't know, once you get to the 4th quarter, you start realizing, hey, you know, there are not many possessions left. As Ryan Hawkins, though, can he deliver the final blow? Still yet without an incompletion. 24 of 24, 322. And they come out in Wildcat here. They're going to just run it with Peoples up the gut. He gets some room. That could have been dangerous had the corner not made the tackle. 2nd and 4 now. Remember, folks, all VODs from today will be available a little later on tonight with highlights. We'll be back for Sunday morning for the semifinals. 2nd and 4 here, Stanford. It's going to be a counter play, and Peoples goes down. Unbelievable play by Clifton Harris. He's been the star of this defense through this run so far. He had 4 total sacks, and that one was insanely massive. That was a long run if he doesn't make that tackle. 3rd and 6. Can Alabama find some momentum? Inaudible. Flip the play here. Hawkins, he's throwing it. It's going to be a screen pass. He gets it to Peoples. Can they make a stop? He trips him up, and it's 4th down for Stanford. Decision time now for Stanford. Do you punt it or do you run it? They're going to go for it here. Another massive decision. Empty set here for Ryan Hawkins. 4th and 2. Man in motion to the backfield. It's going to be quick option. He goes down. Clifton Harris gets the stop. Alabama takes over in plus territory. Here comes Alabama. 6 minutes left. EJ, he's going to throw it, and he's hit as he throws, and it's a beautiful throw. Robbie Reese, touchdown, Alabama. They take their first lead of the day. An absolute piss missile from EJ Irons. Unbelievable throw. A legacy moment here for the Irons clan. This game is on steroids. Ryan Hawkins has played an absolute perfect game for Stanford, and they're losing. DJ was the oldest brother from Akron. CJ went to Coastal. EJ Irons is at Alabama, and that's it for right now. 1st and 10 for Alabama, or for Stanford here. The 4th down didn't work. 6 minutes left. This is their first deficit of the day. Hawkins going to keep it here, and he's fumbled it twice here in the 2nd half. None of them have resulted in a turnover, but you got to wonder if he has that in the back of his mind. But they still moving the ball. Empty set now. 2nd and 1, still without an incompletion. Hawkins is going to keep it here. 1st down, Stanford. A big-time run there for Hawkins. Split back set now. Quick option again. Nobody checks Hawkins. He cuts inside, and that's about 5. They don't call a face mask. That was a questionable looking play right there, but refs keep the flag in the pocket. We've already had a couple of ref ball calls from both sides. 2nd and 5 now. Quick option the other way, and he goes down. This time it's McCoy. So Stanford's starting to get a little tricky here with some option plays that just aren't working. You got to throw the ball. 3rd and long now for the Cardinal. They get stopped here, all of a sudden Alabama's in business. 3rd and 9. Delivers a throw. It's dropped! Newman drops it. That's the first incompletion of the day. And the punt team comes out. So is the Stanford run over? Or can the defense show up? We're going to get a return. Mississippi Scruggs drops it! And he gets back on it. The SFA player making it a little bit interesting back there. And that's the 4th fumble we've seen today with no turnover. What are the odds? 4 minutes left here. Alabama has the chance to put this game away. All out blitz. He gets the ball off. It goes incomplete. EJ irons Tyrone Cox. Arguably the best duo in the country. Quick option. EJ keeps it. He goes down. Stanford's defense once again coming up clutch. Antonio Riley this time on the stop. Both teams starting to try out some more option here in the second half. Not really working for either side. 3rd and 11 here for Bama. Howard and Cox in the backfield. Antonio Sharp top of your screen in press coverage. 3rd and 11. They're going to start running some clock here. That 4-minute offense, couple of first downs could actually end the game here for Bama. Running it all the way down. EJ, he takes the snap. It's going to be a screen pass to Cox. He scored on this play against Illinois, and he goes down this time. Only 1 yard. And Stanford's going to get the ball back with all 3 timeouts. Down 4. It's going to be a Ryan Hawkins chance to end Alabama's dream streak. This is a team who's tied for the most CFP appearances in the SFA history with 6. And they've never made it to a semifinal. Bleeding this clock all the way down. Stanford's going to get it inside 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Gary Barr, the Jet winner. Can he give him some nice field position? He breaks 1, and he gets to about the 30. Only about 10-yard return. Legacy moment here for Ryan Hawkins. He's had a fantastic game. They've started to sputter here at the end of the 3rd and into the 4th quarter. But a chance to win it here. They bring a blitz. Hawkins over the middle. It's intercepted! Alabama gets the play they needed. It's Nick Pakes. The freshman picks him off. And Alabama has the ball inside the 40. Now the timeouts have to start coming on out. In Alabama, are they going to survive? Stanford calls that first timeout. You're going to have to stop Tyrone Cox. That's a tall task. They've done it today. Held him under 100. 2nd and 5. Handoff to Cox to the outside. They get some blocking. And that's a first down for Alabama. That may just do it. 1 more first down will end the game for the Trees. A near perfect performance. And still finding a way to lose. Handoff. There he goes. Tyrone Cox. And he stopped just short. Full house formation now. 2nd and 2. Triple option. EJ, he flips it out. Tyrone Cox on the edge. He breaks 1, and they give him the first down. Desmond Stryker couldn't stop Tyrone Cox. It was 1v3, and he gives him the first down. That's going to end the game. Barring a miracle here, Stanford's on their last life. They're going to run this clock out. Tyrone Cox hands it off, and a stop there from Tony Hubbard. But now you start looking at the clock, man. It's dangerous. If they stop him for a field goal, it'll be a 7-point lead with very, very little time remaining. Actually, I think the game's over. But they're still going to run a play here. They need incompletion or something. They're just going to hand it to Tyrone Cox, and he goes down. Yeah, all they need to do is snap this, and it's over. Alabama. They're going to run another play. It has to be now for Stanford, otherwise the game is over. Cox, he gets hit hard by Tony Hubbard, but he doesn't drop it. That's going to be the game. Clock will not stop. And we're just going to sit here and watch the clock run out as Alabama's going to survive a crazy Fiesta Bowl. The defense came up clutch here in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable game. And as we hit triple zeros here in the Fiesta, the Alabama Crimson Tide gets it done against an incredibly spicy Stanford team. Gave them all they had. Alabama erases a 10-point second-half deficit behind some insane plays from E.J. Irons. That throw to Robbie Reese, the play of the game-winning touchdown. And that will be surely a game day great and probably a top 10 play of the year. Alabama and E.J. Irons will advance to the Orange Bowl to take on the Georgia Southern Eagles on Sunday morning. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you then. Holy smokes, 2 insane games today. Stanford just couldn't quite get it done. Alabama outlasted them as they win the Fiesta here. And now we're down to 1 user. It's going to be Jay Jettas against the world. Unbelievable games. (35-31). Some incredible second half, or some great games here today after the ones yesterday were kind of the stinkers. But now we have our final 4. We've got Minnesota versus Alabama in the Rose Bowl. And then we've got Georgia Southern taking on Alabama in the orange. Unbelievable. Yes. I cannot wait to compile the highlights from that Georgia Southern game. That game, you thought this one was good. That was the game of the playoffs so far. So let's take a look, see how things turned out here. Obviously, look at the scoring summary. It was all Stanford. They had 4 drives, 4 touchdowns in that first half. And then they got a Hail Mary down to the 5. And then the third quarter, they got that 10-point lead, but it was just all Alabama. And what a pass, man. That pass was legendary. Crossbody as you're hit just over the safety. Just one of those passes, man, that just the best of the best do. That's an E.J. Irons masterclass moment. I'm getting my scoring summary screenshot here. And now, all of a sudden, you look at the Final 4, and you see 2, count it, 2 SEC teams. The conference that has never won the Natty. So take a look, Stanford here. Ryan Hawkins was 25 for 25, and he finishes 25 of 27, and he threw a pick there at the end. Almost the perfect game, and honestly, he had to have the perfect game to beat Alabama. And honestly, what team can give them a better run than that one? What quarterback? Do you really think Georgia Southern and Josh Johnson and Trey Inners can give that good of an offensive performance? I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. Kevin Newman dropped a pass there at the end. The defense played really well. I mean, it was all Tony Hubbard. 6 TFLs was insane. Desmond Stryker, not as big of an impact as you would like. Couple of deflections here and no turnovers. Those fumbles not turning out to be much, right, for either side. No turnovers today besides the the critical one at the end. And E.J. Irons, 13 of 19, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns. Obviously, the game-winning throw to Robbie Reese. Tyrone Cox, 112 on the ground, 2 touchdowns. And while he played well, I don't know if he's the player today. Slowly but surely, I mean, Robbie Reese has made some fantastic plays here. He had the tipped Hail Mary catch and then the game winner here today. So we'll see what Robbie Reese can do against Georgia Southern. And then on defense, Donnie Hicks, the strong safety here. A lot of tackles, TFLs, 3 for Clifton Harris. That was massive. The interception for Pace. And then sacks, you've got Vaughn getting 2, Parsons getting 1, Clifton Harris. The interception obviously was Pace. Deflections, no other deflections, interesting. Forced fumbles, they did get 2. Unfortunately, none of them turned out to be turnovers. No blocks or safeties, obviously, and no defensive touchdowns. So let's take a look at the players of the game before we get on out of here. Remember, the VODs and the highlight videos will be out tonight. So it was Ryan Hawkins, Hubbard, and then on the other side, they give it to Tony Vaughn and Tyrone Cox. So, Bama. Unbelievable games here today, folks. And as always, thank you so much for watching. The semifinals will be on Sunday morning. We'll start with the Orange Bowl, and then we'll do the Rose Bowl. And those games will be done at 10 a.m. Easterns when they start. They should be done by the time games kick off for the NFL. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. 3 games left in Season 13. We'll see you later.